Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Car Addict. There's not really much I can do about the. Oh, my wife's passing me. I'm gonna go get rid of the kids and redo this video right now. See you in a minute. All right. Well, we were only able to get rid of one of them. But I think without the 4-year-old, the 1-year-old won't scream. We'll see. I shot this video last night. Did the mount. You probably saw the install guide. And now I did get right in the car and go driving. And I recorded some of it. But get on the computer, edited the video, and I'm looking at it in like 29 minutes. That's kind of brutal. I know there's people that have like 45-minute videos or an hour videos, but usually it's more than one topic, so I figured 29 minutes was a little excessive for one topic. So I cut everything before and after the install and just posted the install. I will still put a little bit real quick from last night just so you can see like the true immediate reaction I had to the mount. Alright, so either my urethane broke apart and fell out on the first start, or I'm wondering how people complain about this. I mean, obviously mine's a stock mount filled, and even mentioning the fact of the urethane possibly breaking and falling out now makes me worried. I'm gonna have to go into there and check, because I mean, I guess you could feel more, especially with your hand on the steering wheel. You definitely feel a lot more vibrations. But holy crap, I mean, if you complain about this, I don't really got nothing to say, I guess, except for, really? This is nothing. Okay, there's where it is. So you're stopped, and then you're just right there. You can probably hear it. When you just let the clutch starting to grab, right now, shakes pretty bad, and then it's away. By the time you hit 900 RPMs in first gear, it's gone. Just general driving, right now at $2,000, I wouldn't even get in your car and probably tell you something's different just by the vibrations or whatever. And right there, if you have the clutch, okay, and right there where I took off, I'm at idling at about 750. But if you give it throttle to about $1,000 and take off and don't let the RPMs dip below $1,000, 1,100, you don't even notice it. And I don't kind of want to pretend that I'm sensitive enough to feel like if you give it gas, it just goes. But I want to say, yes, I can feel that if I just give it gas, it's like connected. Obviously, that's, I guess, the best way to describe it. You just feel connected to the motor now. It's not sitting there flopping around in rubber. You give it a little bit of gas, and the power is instantly going to the wheels to the ground, not rocking the motor. I'll drive around a little more, and man, even that shift, it's just like you get in the next gear, and it's pulling you. There is no slop. I like it. So, it could be a lot different because I don't have a full ADA urethane bushing in both locations. But after driving today a little more, I've noticed one more downside, and I won't really call it a downside, just one more instance where the mount isn't desirable, I guess, because it does make vibrations. But was in a parking lot, parked in my space, and there was a van over there and like a truck here or something. I forget exactly what, but I couldn't see either direction, so I had to creep out so I make sure nobody's walking by, I'm not going to hit them, or a car's not coming by. So when you're just slipping the clutch at a real low RPM, that's when you get the vibrations. So I'll show you right here what I'm talking about, and you can hear it come through the GoPro. I figured that out last night when I was editing it. Okay. Like, just really trying to creep out. But if you just commit to it, it's not there. Same thing in first. If you're just gonna, like, really low RPM creep out, yeah, it's gonna vibrate a little more. But just regular, it's not there. A couple other things I've noticed is, this might be in my mind, but I feel like when you're braking and gonna downshift, when you rev match it, it's more forgiving now if you don't get the RPMs exactly right. Because before, if you didn't have the RPMs right when you let the clutch out in the next gear, well, the wheels themselves, the transmission, had to bring the engine to the correct speed, and the engine was able to rock a lot, so you'd get more of a jerky feeling, because the engine could, while it tried to get to the correct speed, the engine could rock in there. Now it can't really rock as much, so I feel like it's just like instantly at the right RPM, even if you're off a little bit. So there's that. This is the part that I don't think could actually be changed, because the shift cables are an outer sleeve with a cable inside, and the outer jacket of the cable. I wonder if you know how a stop sign works, buddy. It was your turn. The outer cable is fixed at both ends, so even if the 2 points the cable's fixed to move, the length of the cable shouldn't change, so it really shouldn't change the feeling. But I feel like with the transmission the whole engine transmission not being able to rock, it feels like the shifter feels better. Now, that could definitely just be my mind trying to come up with pros to the solid mount, but I don't really need to justify it because I don't feel any downsides. It's pretty awesome. I definitely recommend getting a solid mount if you enjoy driving. So keeping just enough throttle to go 3 miles an hour, you kind of feel something, but who does that? In traffic, you could, but I mean, when you let off and you're coasting, you don't feel it. Even if you let yourself get all the way to idle, you don't feel the vibrations until you get on the throttle. And then when you do, so like I did that in second gear that time, and 1100, 1000, 900, 7 miles an hour. You feel it, 950, it's gone. 8 miles an hour. So, still perfectly acceptable for low speed cruising in traffic, or crawling in traffic, because when I keep saying these vibrations, they're so minimal. So I couldn't tell you that if you buy a brand name one, it'll be as forgivable, or whatever you want to say. This one is, like, it has plus sides. It does have the vibrations people talk about, but I just can't understand how that is a problem. I mean, obviously, you bought the mount because you wanted the car to feel better, and it does. And the downside is a tiny bit of vibration. So you're obviously the person that wants to feel connected to the car, or the car to feel connected to itself at least, but you can't deal with a tiny bit of vibrations. I got keys, more keys, a fuse, a cigarette lighter USB thing, I got a chapstick and a GoPro battery over here, I got a light bulb up here. I mean, nothing makes any kind of noise from vibrations or nothing like that. Last night I did think I heard something maybe somewhere in the dash, but I don't have anything there rattling, so it might have been part of the car. I don't know, but it was so minor, and hell, that's what the radio's for. If I have the HVAC on and the fan's going, that would be louder than hearing what that vibration was. I had nothing on, and so I could hear anything. Alright, well, in an effort to not make this go too long, I'll stop talking there. I do have my AN lines and fittings, so I can do my flex fuel sensor relocation, because I am going to put a catch can where the flex fuel sensor is right now. I'm also putting a video up later that it's kind of just like a warning sort of thing about if you get a catch can from somebody and you don't really know its history, why you might want to check it out. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and have a good night. I will see you guys on the next one. And it appears I was correct. Without the 4-year-old in the car, the 1-year-old didn't scream. She didn't even stay awake.